Have you ever wondered why the voice of an ordinary citizen does not receive the necessary attention on time? But when a prominent figure or a prime minister says something, it immediately gets highlighted and goes viral as if it's the truth. Today, we are discussing this thought-provoking question. It's a common perception that the voice of the common man often gets lost in the din of the powerful and the influential. This perception, however, doesn't diminish the importance of every individual's perspective. Each one of us has a unique viewpoint, and when shared, it can contribute to a broader understanding of our society and the multitude of issues we face. So why is it that the opinions or objections of an ordinary citizen don't receive the heat they deserve? Why does it seem that the spotlight is always on the powerful and the prominent? Let us delve deeper into this intriguing issue. An ordinary citizen suggests that promoting tourism within the country, especially in places like the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, can increase employment opportunities and potentially accumulate jobs in various sectors. Now that's an idea worth exploring, isn't it? Imagine the beauty of our own shores, the historical richness of our monuments, the cultural diversity of our festivals, and the culinary delights of our cuisine, all waiting to be discovered by our own people. The ripple effect of this domestic tourism boom could potentially result in job creation across various sectors, from hospitality and transportation to food and beverage and even arts and crafts. But the benefits do not stop at job creation. The income generated through domestic tourism could be a significant contributor to our national economy, and how we use this income is critical. Our ordinary citizen proposes that these funds be invested in infrastructural development. We are talking about schools, hospitals, roads, employment banks, and basic infrastructure. Think about it. Instead of diverting funds for temple constructions, as has been the norm, imagine if these funds were used to build better schools, better hospitals, improved roads, and created more employment opportunities. The impact would be far-reaching and long-lasting, improving the quality of life of our citizens and strengthening our economy. But let's not forget the cultural exchange that domestic tourism promotes. As we travel within our own country, we get to know our fellow countrymen better. We understand their customs, their traditions, their struggles, and their triumphs. This understanding fosters unity, builds respect, and strengthens the fabric of our nation. However, this is not just about boosting tourism for economic gain. It's about investing in our people, in our infrastructure, and in the future of our country. It's about creating a sustainable model of development that benefits everyone. This proposal calls for serious consideration and action. After all, the voice of an ordinary citizen is important too. It's time we listened, understood, and acted upon these voices for the betterment of our nation. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when unemployment was on the rise, many people faced humiliation from credit card recovery agents. This period saw an unprecedented surge in joblessness and suicides, with individuals grappling with the pressures of mounting debts and dwindling income. As people lost their livelihoods, they were left with no choice but to turn to non-banking financial companies or NBFCs for loans. These loans, however, came with exorbitantly high interest rates. Simultaneously, the government began spending on the construction of a new parliament building, raising questions about the prioritization of public funds during a dire economic crisis. The increasing suicide rates during this period were a stark reminder of the devastating effects of the pandemic, with credit card recovery agents' humiliations, mental and social harassment being integral contributors. The number of people facing these hardships increased exponentially, their woes compounded by the staggering 29.9% interest rate charged by NBFCs on overdue amounts. This rate would further inflate with the addition of a 24 to 36 EMI conversion charge, an 18% GST, and an add-on processing fee. In comparison, if a loan were to be taken from a government bank, the interest rate would be within 11%, along with an 18% GST and processing fee. However, the majority of people did not have a confirmed source of income or any documented proof of the same, rendering them ineligible for loans from government banks. As a result, they were compelled to opt for credit card options from NBFCs and deal with the pressures exerted by these private bodies. This led to a tragic cycle of debt and despair, pushing many towards the unfortunate path of suicide. The situation demands immediate attention and resolution. It calls for the creation of employment opportunities in preferred fields for educated individuals, as per their qualifications and with a commensurate salary structure. This is not just a matter of providing employment, but a question of preserving human dignity and life. The government, as the custodian of public welfare, must rise to the occasion and address these pressing concerns. In the face of these challenges, the value of loans from non-banking financial companies, or NBFCs, has increased due to requests for an interest rate of 29.9%. This comes with a 24 to 36 EMI conversion charge, in addition to an 18% goods and services tax and add-on processing fees. Comparatively, if one were to secure a loan from a government bank, the interest rate would fall within 11%, with the same additional GST and processing fees. However, this comparison illuminates a stark reality. For the majority of individuals who turn to loans, a steady, verifiable source of income is not a luxury they possess. Without clear proof of income, such as documented wage slips, securing a loan from a government bank becomes an arduous task, often resulting only in wasted time and frustration. As a result, most turn their faces towards the option of credit cards from NBFCs, enduring the pressures exerted by these private bodies. This pressure can escalate to such an extent that many, including entire families, succumb to the despair and take their own lives. The current state of affairs is likened to a deep well or an ocean where the debit after credit is minuscule until one remains alive. This scenario is a stark reminder of the immense challenges faced by many in our society. The high interest rates imposed by NBFCs, coupled with the inaccessibility of government bank loans for many, paint a grim picture of the financial landscape for the common man. In the end, it is crucial to remember that the financial burdens of today's world do not fall equally on all shoulders. It is the responsibility of our institutions, both public and private, to ensure that financial services are accessible, fair, and do not exploit the vulnerabilities of those they are meant to serve. The current state of affairs is like a deep well or ocean, where the debit after credit is minuscule until one remains alive. The suicide rate has increased in most situations in West Bengal and India, and most cases are even closed under conspiracy. A pressing issue that needs attention is the need for job opportunities for educated individuals. It's essential that they are given jobs in their preferred field in due time, with a salary commensurate to their degree. Instead of selling chapatis, mudis, or art outside temples, mosques, churches, gurudwaras, or tourist spots, they deserve jobs that make use of their education. Moreover, labor departments and employment offices functioning at the state district level are currently white elephants, where one has to personally meet for personal requests or complaints, wasting time and causing mental distress. In this digital India, these two departments should also go online on a state and district level. It is hoped that India will once again become the golden bird. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Ek Bharat. Namaskar.